Hello, Libra. Welcome to your monthly reading for February 2024. This is for Libra and Libra rising, and we're going to jump right into it. This is a loaded month. There is so much happening. There are 26 aspects in February. That's pretty much one for every day of the month, and it is a leap year. It's a leap year. And the other thing is, hey, we have 8 conjunctions. 8, the magic number. 8 conjunctions. That's huge. When does that happen? Libra, come on. We'll talk about that later. Also, no planets retrograde. That's actually a really big deal. I want you to know that. I mean, everything's going to be going at a road runner pace. Lastly, Libra, oh my goodness. Here's the thing. We don't have 1 or 2 or 3. We have 6 planets moving through Aquarius. Hello, this is huge. This is major. So we're in Aquarius season. We've got Mercury going into Aquarius, Mars, Venus, even, you know, the moon. We have a new moon in Aquarius. I mean, this is gonna be a thing. We'll talk a lot about this later. Venus going, I mentioned that, right? Pluto, we already know, is in Aquarius. This is gonna be really major, especially when it comes to family and children for y'all. Okay, because remember, all of this Aquarius energy is your 5th house. So if it's not family, children, it's just pleasure. Okay, pleasure. This is we love the 5th house. All right, so love and romance exists in the 5th house as well. Creativity is a big thing. It's a really big thing. A lot of y'all are probably gonna have children too. You know, this is a 20-year transit, and I want you to remember, even with creativity, I mean, it comes from the word create, right? And creation. So, but again, a lot of self-expression here, especially with that overlap with, you know, what Aquarius is known for, marching to its own drumbeat. But let's go ahead and get started. I mean, this is a big month. It's a very sensual month. It's also a very powerful month. And we're going to talk about these conjunctions. If you're new to my channel, after I do your spread, I break it down week by week. And that's when we'll talk about some of these conjunctions that are happening, some that we are not going to see for many years. I mean, this is huge. This is a big month, very powerful month, a lot of rare aspects. I mean, even Mars and Venus are conjuncting. I mean, come on, you know what happens when Mars and Venus gets together. But and you know, the fact that there is a lot of you know, in general, a lot of sexual and sensual and intimacy energy around this month, which just happens to be February, where, you know, it is Valentine's Day if you celebrate that. But for you particularly, big time. Okay, Libra, out of all the signs, big time. And that's because Uranus and Jupiter are in Taurus in your 8th house. All right, so again, we're going to talk about that later. And 8th house is all about transformation. Y'all are going through big transformations right now, but there is this level of intimacy with the 8th house. So let's go ahead and get started, Libra. See what's going on for you for February 2024. If you, again, this is for Libra and Libra rising. And if you do want to read for your moon and your Venus and all those other, you know, aspects, if you know your birth chart, you're absolutely welcome to. So Libra, like I said earlier, I didn't say it earlier because I'm going to be talking fast because there's a lot to cover. I mean, again, I'm looking at the notes and it's like, oh my gosh, there's a lot happening. Libra, I do a traditional cult to cross spread, really does bring the best overview in my opinion. And you know, I love you and y'all are amazing. Thanks so much for being here, and you're good. You're good. This is your month. You know, I knew that you were going to have a good spread, and it was like, all right, Libra's got this. You've got so many changes happening. A lot of y'all could have moved recently or had something with home anyway. But anyway, you see what's happening here. Like, you're really good. I don't even have, like, let's get started. Okay. 9 of Pentacles. All right. I really love this for you. Absolutely love this for you. One thing that I do want you to know toward the end of the month, and again, I'll break this down and I pull more cards. At the end of the month, we do have that full moon in Virgo, and that is going to have a major impact on you, Libra. All right, but before we even get there, you have the 9 of Pentacles in your past. So yeah, you've come into this place where you may be feeling a lot more, you know, financial independence, maybe like a little bit less stress and worry about things, and a sense of accomplishment. Okay, 9 of Pentacles. She has all this abundance, money, love, wealth, all of that. You see the symbol of Venus, right? All over her gown. What did I say? Venus is going to be big. Venus, your ruling planet, is going to be like having a lot of major anyway, we'll talk about that later. big thing here. Okay. So again, you could be feeling a lot of, yeah, again, it's almost like this sense of like accomplishment. Like I've accomplished this. I've moved past this part. I've worked hard for this. And now I'm reaping my rewards. Okay. There is a lot of self-sufficiency energy with the Nine of Pentacles as well. Sense of fulfillment that comes with the Nine of Pentacles. And again, remember, the Nine of Pentacles comes after the Eight of Pentacles, which is like the hard working, very determined, and, you know, going after goals, going toward your legacy. You're so like, you're like right there. You're like right there. And she, none of this happened by luck. She earned her spot here. Okay. In all this abundance. Now, wow. I mean, when I say this is, come on. You got the world. You got the world in the heart of your spread. I don't remember the last time anyone actually has gotten the world in the heart of their spread. Okay. And mind you, this is not a weekly reading. It's a monthly reading. This is huge. Your life is changing. I literally, like, life-changing month. Speaking of achievement, you're going from like the Nine of Pentacles to the world. All right. And the world, this is absolutely amazing. There is a sense of accomplishment here because you've come to the end of the major arcanas. You've come to the end of the hero's journey, your journey, right? And so there's this new chapter beginning for you. This is the last card in the major arcanas. And you see the four fixed signs in the corners of the world here, bringing that stability. You see the wreath, the garland in the shape of a zero, referencing the Fool, the new beginning to come. I love this for you. You even see the dancing figure in the middle. Just again, a sense of celebration that's really nice as you move into this new huge chapter, new phase, new era in your life. And remember how I said we've come to the end of the major arcanas with the world? Well, here's the thing about the world is that, remember, through the major arcanas, there's all these dualities, all these ups and downs, all these big moments in your life. And now the dancing figure is referred to as Hermaphroditus, right? So the child of Hermes and Aphrodite. So this is not only the merging of like all those dualities and whatnot, but also like all that masculine and feminine energy. I mean, this is it. This is it. You've made it. You're good. You're good. You also got the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles came up in your challenge area though. So just keep that in mind. There is a sense where you may be feeling like some people are it's almost like some people are, you may feel that they're not supporting you. And I want you to just keep that in mind. And it feels like there is almost like a sense like there's going to be a little bit more of you wanting some support from some people, and it will be there, but it might be a little bit, you may feel like it's like, could be like kind of a wall. And it can be money and wealth as well. And the reason I say that is because this month, the Sun and Mercury will square Uranus. And we're going to talk about that later because that is a big deal. Even though we have all these major, powerful, explosive conjunctions, we do have the Sun and Mercury square with Uranus, okay? And so Uranus is Aquarius's ruling planet, and it is a planet of surprises and the unexpected. But it feels like there is like this, there's just something in the way, and it's kind of annoying. And it could be like your support system, and it could be also like the sense of gratitude. Maybe you're doing a lot of things and you're feeling that people aren't grateful, and they're just like, oh yeah, cool, whatever. Like, but don't get all like come at me bro energy with that. All right, just remember, I said just recognize it if it does happen, and just be like, let's fix this. Let's talk this through. I am a Libra. I'm all about balance. I'm very diplomatic. Just keep that in mind. And the reason I said money too, there could be like a squeeze with money this month, because it is looking at your entire spread here. When you enter this new chapter, there could be a little bit of that, especially, and it doesn't feel like your money, but it does feel more like, so, okay, let me explain this. With all this energy that's happening in your 8th house, and again, with Uranus being in your 8th house, and there's a lot of stuff happening with Uranus, there could be something with money, because that 8th house is other people's money. So just keep that in mind. Not your salary, but it's like other people's money, as in like, bonuses, commissions, investments, inheritance, your partner's income. So again, like feeling maybe a little squeeze in that area. Just keep that in mind. It doesn't mean that anything, it is a challenge area, but it's the breakthrough area ultimately, right? So it's how you handle that. Now, but look at your spread. Other than that, everything else is great. Look at this. You got the Four of Wands and the Justice card. Your card here, okay? Speaking of diplomatic, first of all, Four of Wands. So some of y'all are definitely, getting married. Some of y'all are this new life change can be something really big that you're thinking about moving into. And it can be a marriage. It can be a proposal. It can be having a baby. It can be, getting a new job. It could be getting a promotion. Moving into new home. Just think these milestones, a lot of work energy involved, but a huge domestic sector, your domestic sector activated around here as well. And then with justice in the root of your spread, come on, that's amazing. That's amazing. It's like you're in your element, okay? And it's almost like you this month are going to feel that you've cashed in your karma points. You've gone through a lot. And but the changes you want are coming, and you're going to start seeing them happen if you haven't already, if you're not already experiencing it. And so it's really, really nice. And there is a sense of you just like, that balance I was talking about is really, really nice. And that is one of the reasons why I said earlier, if you feel something's a little off, just recognize it, okay? Because, I mean, these are the only two cards where they do hold the scale. The only two. And one of them is in your challenge area. So it is about that balance, just adjusting it. And then now, you got the star in your future. So... you're legendary. This isn't even great. This is legendary. Coming after the world in your future, the star, where the stars are aligning for you, where there's a lot of wisdom in this card. There's a lot of healing in this card. This is the card of your hopes and wishes. Okay. And then speaking of the number 8, the number 8, by the way, 8 conjunctions this month, but 2024 is the year of 8, which is in numerology, abundance and wealth and success. You just got the star. You see there are 8 stars, okay? You see they're all 8 pointed, right? Referencing the strength card, by the way, which is card 8. And then the card itself, 17, 1, 7 equals 8. You're good. You're 1000% good. I mean, this is a mic drop. This is a mic drop. And then remember your last week's reading. Yeah. You got it in your last week's reading too. So everything's aligning for you. You're moving into this place in your life. It's like the changes in your life are enormous. Okay, they're enormous. And if you're not feeling it, you will in February. You've probably had some big life changes. If not, you will feel it. Especially remember, it's not just your spread. It's Jupiter in your 8th house of transformation, of death and rebirth, of regeneration, of oh gosh, you're really good. And the star, by the way, the star in your future, the star is attributed to Aquarius. And so we have so much activity in Aquarius season in your 5th house of pleasure, of feeling like that feel good energy, love, family, children, relationships, everything is just so nice. Creativity. And remember, I said sex is a big thing. So procreation is likely something that could be possible. Let's get to your stuff. Libra. You're good. If you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on. What is this big thing happening in your life? Tell me. I'm very excited. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I'm truly grateful. I really do appreciate it. Oh my gosh, this is literally the Libra. I can't even like sit still. You're really, this is the best reading that you've ever had. I would even say, like, since I started the channel, I don't know what to say. Let's just get started. You got the Ace of Cups. So yeah. This is all about new beginnings. This is you being emotionally fulfilled, but to a whole other level. Like you feel it deep in your bones, down to your soul. This is, first of all, aces usher in that new change, right? New beginnings, new opportunities. Cups, all about love, all about romance, emotions, your feelings, intuition, wonderment. I mean, this is that, like, we're talking about feel good on a whole other level. This is rapturous. In fact, I always say, whenever this card comes up, think about the last time something brought you so much joy, brought you to tears. It seems like you're feeling that this month. You're going to feel that this month, and you can have it this month. And I want you to be open to it this month, okay? That's the biggest thing, is being open to it, all right? Especially looking at the Six of Pentacles, but, you know, it's not, look at your entire spread here. And that's not even, it's just like identifying, like, if something's off, just like, okay, let me balance this out. Now, Six of Wands. In your external factors area, the card of victory, the card of success, public recognition. This is a card where it's like, hurrah, like, look at that Libra go. I mean, this is, when I talk about milestones, there's some big ones coming up. There are some big ones coming up. You are ascending in a big way. In fact, this card, I mean, this is all about eminence, right? And so if you trace the word back to its etymological root, let me turn off my volume. Eminere, to rise above. All right, so you see it here. This is in your, like, coming with the star. Look across your cross here. You have the Nine of Pentacles. You have the World. You have the Star. You have the Six of Wands, and now the Empress. Who are you, Libra? Who are you? What? Who does it? Who? Yeah, come on. Are you? I hope you're, like, jumping in your seat right now. I mean, the only two cards, by the way, where the symbol of Venus exists. Okay? Venus, your ruling planet, Venus, the planet of love and money and beauty and sex and creativity. You're going to feel all that this month. And there is a lot of sexual energy with the Empress. There is a lot of sensual energy with the Empress, but there's also a sense of, like, yeah, my soul feels glorified. There's this just abundance that comes with the Empress. I mean, she's a goddess, first of all. And then again, it looks like a lot of y'all do want children. Look at what's happening here. A lot of y'all do want children, are thinking about children. If you have children, maybe you're thinking about them. Maybe someone in your family's having a child. Maybe your best friend is having a child. There is so much baby energy here. And then lastly, you have the King of Wands and your final outcome. I don't even know what to say. I just don't know what to say at this point. You clearly don't need clarifiers. The King of Wands. This is like fire to the next level, right? Wands, the fire suit. So this is just like passion, burning passion. It's almost like you can't sit still. Okay. It's almost like you can't sit still because you're going to feel all this passion inside you. And yes, you can direct that toward creativity. You can direct that toward romance, love, your job, career. I mean, there's a lot of career energy with the King of Wands, but at the core of it, like the passion that you feel, this is absolutely amazing. And this is a huge card of transformation. You see, I'm going to show you something. Oh my God, you have I'm getting chills, and it's not because it's cold in here. This is like really, it's a big deal. You do see the Ouroboros hidden subtly, not only in the King of Wands throne, you also see him in the ribbons here, in the World, in the heart of your spread. The Ouroboros, the symbol of like just changes, big life changes, and life cycles is a big thing. But the last thing that I'm going to mention that just really blows my mind is the King of Wands is Leo. That's your 11th house. Leo rules your 11th house. Libra, the 11th house is hopes and wishes. I mean, hello. This is really, really big. You're going to be sitting in that throne. This is literally I would even say one of the best spreads of all signs ever that I like. If you could only feel the energy that like I'm feeling, like it's insane. Let's okay. I know. I talk too much. Let us keep going. Let us keep going. So let me break it down. Libra, let me break it down. Let me tell you what's going on every week this month. All right. And then we're going to pull more cards. But first of all, just claim that this is amazing. And I'm very excited for you. I want you to be very excited for February. Okay. I want you to be very excited about February. You have an amazing spread here. You have an amazing spread. I don't even oh my goodness. I'm looking at it, I'm like, how is this even? Okay, let's get started. So the first week of, all right, so February, the first thing that happens is Mercury does move into Aquarius. This is just very, forward thinking. This is like, you are going to be you are going to have a lot of conversations about love. You're going to be having a lot of, because remember, this is Aquarius we're talking about. So that is your 5th house. So you may be having a lot of questions about love and the things that bring you pleasure and romance and again, sex and procreation and your creativity. That is a big thing too, with Aquarius being such creative energy around that. But remember, Aquarius is also like thinking outside the box. All right. So there may be like, don't be square. Don't be square, Libra. All right. So a lot of thinking outside the box. But the big thing is on the 5th, Mercury conjunct Pluto. So we've come to our first conjunction. Now, this is a level of depth that you have no idea. It's just so you really, really, really feeling empowered and wanting something and really thinking about it and being curious about something and really moving in that direction. This is actually really huge. This is a time where I feel like you're going to have a lot of conversations about your future. Okay. And I want you to know this is the only time this year that we're going to have a Mercury conjunct Pluto. Now, we will definitely talk about all these aspects a lot more in the weekly readings, because now we're only on February 7th, we have Venus trine Uranus. So remember, this is your ruling planet, okay? Your ruling planet that happens to be in your 4th house of home and family and children and relationship. Like, you're moving and things like that. Trine Uranus in your 8th house of transformation. I mean, this is like very romantic here. This is even like breakthrough energy, especially coming after that conjunction. Oh my goodness. There's definitely something new brewing, I feel, for y'all in a bigger way than, again, than other signs. Like, this is huge for you. This is huge for you, Libra. There is something that you're gunning for now. That's like this shiny toy, this new relationship, this new something that your heart desires. And it doesn't even have to be like, I mean, it can be even if you're single. Yeah, now you could meet someone. This is a day you could meet your soulmate. This is, if you're in a relationship, feel some spark. If there is, even if you're retired, there's just something that you're passionate about that you're going to want now. You're going to want to go for something. So just take advantage of this day. And I hope you have a notebook out taking notes, because on the same day, Mars will sextile Neptune. This is so dreamy and compassionate, and a lot of spiritual energy driving this. Okay. So a lot of like feeling like your higher purpose around this time. Really excellent. Now, we come to the 8th when the sun squares Uranus. I talked about this. We're going to talk about more in the weekly. This is when things get a little bit, could feel challenging. A wall that you may have to get, break through. And it could be something unexpected. Remember, we're talking about Uranus here. So keep that in mind, because the next day on the 9th is when we have the new moon in Aquarius. And remember, this is happening when the sun is squaring Uranus, which is Aquarius's ruling planet. So it's a tricky new moon. I'm not going to tell you not to like manifest or anything, but this is just like one where it's just like, okay, something new's happened. Something new has happened. But let's break it down. Let's see what is going on. All right. So remember, we have Mercury conjuncting Pluto, Venus trine Uranus. We have so many big aspects. All right. For the first week of February. Oh my God. You got the sun. You got the sun. I mean, I don't even know what to say, Libra. This is freaking me out. A lot of y'all having babies for sure. A lot of y'all are starting new things. There's this rebirth energy, a huge rebirth energy here, especially with the sun. It's really interesting because remember, the sun at this time is in Aquarius. So all that energy in Aquarius, where Pluto is as well. All right. We're coming after that Mercury conjunct Pluto. But this is a lot of just like, think of the sun shining all this light on you, all this like raising your frequency. You can even see the frequency coming from the sun here, the vibrations, right, from the actual sun card. But it is a time where I feel like you're going to just have this like sense of renewal and rebirth, but there's a lot of like vitality and optimism and opportunity that comes with the sun. If you've ever gotten into tarot reading, you know it's the biggest yes. Like, you're good. You're absolutely good. Okay, we're gonna leave that there. Second week. I mean, this is insane. The second week of February. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so on the 12th, Mars moves into Aquarius. Okay, so now we got Mercury and Mars and Pluto in Aquarius. Now, Mars in Aquarius, this is just like very visionary. This is really like putting action toward your future, really propelling you forward. A lot of humanitarian energy around this as well. You could be thinking, and you know, when I say that, you could just be thinking about, you know, maybe even like the community you belong to, society, things like that. Or you're even like your network, but a lot of authenticity that comes with this. But it is a little aggressive, Mars in Aquarius. Just remember that. Well, here's the thing: Venus will enter Aquarius soon. It's going to soften that. But there is like that independent side, that rebellious side, that James Dean side, who is in Aquarius, that could like come out in you. Now, this is going now. Okay, this is okay. So let me just. I'm going to see if I can do this without. On the 13th, if you celebrate Valentine's Day, you know it's on the 14th. Now, this is what's happening on the 13th. Venus, the planet of love, sextiling Neptune. So this is an absolutely like dreamy, romantic day. Here's the other thing. Remember, if you're not here for love or romance or anything like that, think about like a romance. Like, you can be romantic toward the arts. You can be romantic toward travel. I mean, like, you're just going to really feel it. And the reason why is on the same day, Mars is conjuncting Pluto. So now we have another conjunction. It is go time. It's like all about you at this point. Mars conjuncting Pluto, two of the most powerful planets, insanely powerful. Okay. And both in Aquarius, again, in your 5th house of pleasure. And so, and sex, because it is a big day of, it's like when Mars conjuncts Pluto, that really amplifies your sex drive. And that's why I'm like saying that. Okay. But it's also like, you could just have this really strong desire in your passions, even in power, empowerment, in having control, in a lot of those things. But again, this is just a very important day to watch out for, because it's so powerful. You will feel it on Valentine's Day. All right. So a lot of y'all are going to feel really, 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 really good. Remember, the 5th house is a house of pleasure. Now, when Mars conjuncts Pluto, keep in mind, this is a rare aspect. This does not happen until the next time it happens is January 2026. Take advantage. Take advantage. Now, on the 16th, Mercury will square Uranus. All right. So now remember, Sun squaring Uranus, now Mercury squaring Uranus. So keep that in mind, okay? Because this is a day where you just want to be careful about the way that you speak. They don't sign contracts either. We're talking about Mercury here, right? Like communication. And it's possibly a time where you could hear surprising news as well. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But on the same day, Venus will move into Aquarius. So now we have Mars and Venus in Aquarius. Really big deal. This is like very free-spirited energy. And that's why, like, with the fact that Mercury is squaring Uranus, like, it's like wild energy, like born to be wild energy. But it is also really nice. I love Venus in Aquarius. A lot of conversations are going to be had. Because Aquarius, remember, is not only about like humanity, but it's also like a very social sign, and it's a very like, let's talk about this, because it's the air sign, it's your BFF, right? Like fellow air sign. But anyway, the 17th, what I really want you to know, Venus conjuncting Pluto. So when I talk about like where all these conjunctions are like building up to like this very, very like deep, intense level of sensuality, intimacy, sexuality. Here it is. Venus conjuncting Pluto. Okay. And keep in mind, Venus also does rule money. All right. So if, again, you're not here for love or romance or romance and intimate encounters, this could be money. It could be something that has to do with money. All right. This is definitely going to be something you feel. And it's a day where it really builds your, like confidence. Like you're just going to feel it. You're going to feel so empowered. You're going to feel like, like Mick Jagger. I don't know. You're going to feel like, yeah, let's do it. And this is also a day, like if you are single, there are so many days where you can go out there, meet your soulmate there for you. Remember, all of this is in your 5th house. So just keep that in mind. You have to go out there. You have to make yourself visible. You have to take action. You have to put your energy out there too. Take advantage. And then on the 18th, the sun enters Pisces. So we officially move into Pisces season. But oh my goodness. I mean, we have Mars conjuncting Pluto. We have Venus conjuncting Pluto. We have so many things. Oh, the other conjunction on the actual Valentine's Day, the moon in Taurus conjuncting Jupiter. Libra, come on. That's big. That's really big. Jupiter, all about expansion, luck, good fortune. You know what? You know who has their moon conjuncting Jupiter? Taylor Swift. Okay. And so this is really, just think about like, there could be a sense of something where you have this deeply transformative moment that's really, really nice for you. And it could be something that is just a lot of luck. So let's see what's going on for you. Oh gosh. Let's see what's going on for you for the second week of February. And you got the moon. Okay, so interesting because in tarot, the moon does rule Pisces, okay? And like I said, we're moving into Pisces season around this time. There is going to be some things that you are going to be thinking about, all right? And things where it's like there is a sense of growth. And with the changes that's happening in your life, it's not like, boom, instantly, like, something changes. It's like, it's gradual, right? And then there's this sense of like, you have to work with your emotions. You're probably going to be going through a lot of emotions. They're going to feel a lot of it's going to feel really good, deeply intense. Again, that's what Pluto is doing, especially with these conjunctions. And so there is this sense of like, yeah, you're probably going to be going through that a little bit here with the moon, but it's all about knowing these emotional experiences that you're having. It's just helping you evolve. All right. So if there is anything, because Pluto is such a powerful planet, I have said this before. Pluto asks you, are you going to own me or are you going to fear me? There is going to be something that happens on the second week where something could be just be like, you're like, oh my goodness, you have like a little moment, but you want to, because Pluto has these two conjunctions, you may be like, oh my gosh, let me take a step back. But if you do, just take it back and then boom, 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 move forward. All right. Because you have to have these emotional experiences to evolve. All right. So now, third week of February. Oh, here we are. And the 21st, Venus conjuncting Mars. Now, what did I say? Like I said, you know what happens when these two lovebirds get together, a lot of chemistry. There's a lot of, intimacy, a lot of desire around here. I mean, of course, a lot of sexual energy too. If not that, remember, it's just like being emotionally like moved by something at this point. And, even just like this, like burst of creativity, like and again, money could be a big thing here, for you, but, very, very, nice. But again, for y'all, it will definitely mostly be love, romance. Okay. Love, romance, creativity, self-expression, procreation. Remember your 5th house here. We're talking about your 5th house, family, children. I think I mentioned that. But Venus conjuncting Mars, again, something so rare. We won't see this until 2026 either. Okay, so take advantage. The 22nd, Mercury moves into Pisces. We'll talk about that more in the weekly reading. On the 24th, we come to the full moon in Virgo. This is your 12th house, okay? And so that's the subconscious. Now, this full moon in Virgo, there's actually a lot happening on this day. The one main thing that I want you to know that's happening with the full moon in Virgo, it's going to be trining Jupiter. Hello. Very nice. Something's got to go because you're committing to something new. And it could be this new phase in your life, this new, you're ascending. You're clearly ascending and entering this new chapter. Just be ready for it. It just feels like more like an adjustment. Okay. So let's see what's going on for you for the third week. The third week of February. My shuffling skills. And now you have the 9 of Swords. So yeah, this full moon is going to be coming after the moon. The 9 of Swords, very interesting here because there is going to be a sense of something where you are definitely going through a lot of emotions. Now, again, I don't want you to think that it's like, clearly there's going to be something here with the 9 of Swords where yes, you might feel like there's, I'm going to show you the card. You can see him sitting up in bed with his hands over his face. So you've got to ask yourself at this point, is there something that, you know, I'm remorseful of? Is there something that I feel guilty about? Is there something that like something bad I did to someone, or did someone do something bad to me? So there could be something around this week. Remember that Sun square Uranus and Mercury square Uranus, I'm not gonna lie, that is gonna be something you feel. But remember, it's how you work with those energies to move forward. So with this card, the whole point is to pull those swords out one by one and learn from everything that may have happened to move forward. And it looks like it is going to be something really emotional here coming after the moon. But remember, I'm going to show you again, just to show, you see the comforter here? I mean, the word comfort literally lives in the word comforter, right? And so a lot of comfort here. And you see the roses, the beautiful roses. You see the amazing astrological symbols. It works both ways here. Okay, you can either sit in that bed and dwell and feel like I don't know, binge Star Trek and order Ben and Jerry's all night, or you can get out of bed, have the conversations you need to have, face tomorrow. I mean, your life is changing in a big way, in a really, really big way. Again, I can't even, like, the fact that you have Jupiter and Uranus in your 8th house of transformation. Yeah, there are going to be a lot of things that happen this week that could be, or it could be, well, this month, but especially this week, that could be unexpected, that you're just like, whoa, I wasn't prepared for that. But it's a matter of just, of it, like looking at, like exploring it, analyzing it, learning from it to move forward. And I'll even clarify that for you. Yeah, you got the High Priestess. So you're going to be fine as long as you continue to trust your intuition. You're going to be fine, because this is like leaving that, right? And everything is going to your head, the swords. And again, I'm not even getting a feeling. It just feels like there are a lot of big things happening in your life. And when that happens in anybody's life, we do go to our heads by default. It doesn't even matter if it's something as big as like graduating college, right? And then you have to think about your entire future, or getting a new job, or moving in with someone. There's always, sometimes you just go, right? And again, this is such a powerful month, especially for you, with the fact that you have all this activity in your 8th house. And but still, with the High Priestess, just trust your intuition. She comes out when she says, trust your intuition. Okay, that's all you need to do. You see that the Nine of Swords is actually flanked by 2 moons here. The High Priestess ruling the moon. You even see the sliver of the moon at her feet. You see her headdress. Okay. It's the different phases of the moon. And I'm sorry, I know the lighting is a little off, but it's starting to turn dark now. But in any case, oh my gosh, let's get to the last week, because I need to tell you about the last week. This is crazy. On the 28th, and I hope you mark this down on your calendar, not only do we have the Sun conjunct Mercury, so we have a Mercury Cazimi, we have Mercury conjunct Saturn, and we have the Sun conjunct Saturn. So we have a Saturn Cazimi. This is a big refresh in your life. This is a huge refresh in your life. Now, it may be a big refresh in your entire life because this is happening in your 6th house. Okay. Remember, Saturn is in Pisces in your 6th house of everyday activities, of your daily routines, even health and fitness and work matters as well. If you're here for that, it's almost like a big refresh, reset button is pressed around this time. Really, really big. Okay. Just mark this in your calendar. This is when you just feel bulletproof. This is when you just kind of like look at the structures in your life and like, okay, this is what the changes I'm going to make. This is what I'm going to do moving forward. I mean, this is just, it only happens once a year. So really big thing here. Okay. Really, really, really big thing. And the reason why it's a big deal for you too is because remember that full moon in Virgo is happening the week before, and Virgo is the native ruler of the 6th house. So very interesting. And that full moon in Virgo, remember what I said for you, Libra, is in your 12th house of subconscious. So again, not surprised you're getting these 2 cards where it's like you may be in your head. If you're going to be in your head, go here, your pineal gland, intuition. All right, so let's see what's going on for you for the 29th, by the way, Mercury sextile Jupiter. Sign. This is a great day to sign something, okay? Communicate, have important conversations, pitch, present, propose. I mean, this is like the day. This is the day. Anyway, let's see what's going on for you for the last week of... Okay. February. Okay, you just got the best. So you literally just got the best reading like I've ever done for you, and I would even like go as far as to say for a lot of the signs since I actually started this channel like 2 years ago. I mean, this is insane. This is insane. I don't even know. This is just, I don't know, like, you know, it's a good thing when I'm speechless. And when I go over, oh gosh. Okay, so you're good. You got the full. So literally, you got the world. Remember I said referencing the full. Last week of February, you got the full. You're starting this brand new journey. You're taking this leap of faith too. Like, remember I said that Saturn Kazemi this week is actually huge. It's a refresh button. That's what the full is. You see the full abundance of the sun. You actually got the sun card. You got the sun, the star. You got this. You got the moon, the star, the sun, and the world. I mean, like I don't even know. You know this is a big deal. You know this is a big deal. You got your own card. You got justice, you got the world, you got the star, you got the empress, you got the sun, you got the fool, you got the high priestess, you got the ace of cups, and oh my gosh. Yeah, you got the six of wands, the king of wands, you have the nine of pentacles, you have the four, like, hell, that's like your entire spread. These two cards, yes, the third week, you just maybe in your head because of that full moon in Virgo in your 12th house, your subconscious. The 12th house is also like facing your fears and things like that. And again, we'll talk about it a lot more when we get to that week, but this is literally the best spread, your best reading that you've had in a long, ever. I'm going on record saying that, Libra, okay? And yes, I'm not saying just for Libras. I'm saying like out of all the readings I've done, the energy is insane. You're good. Libra, you're amazing. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you, next week. Okay, so yeah, I don't even know why I paused. Libra, y'all are amazing. I'll see you next week. And if you like this reading, that's why, tell me what's going on. Talk to me and all the other stuff that helps algorithm or whatever. But Libra, I'm very excited for you. I will see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.